last night, after we went to bed, I had what my boyfriend counted as 3 tonic-clonic seizures. And, my right hand, when I woke up, was in a lot of pain. We were worried I broke it somehow. And it turns out that it started locking up. I couldn't move it. I saw like slow movement. But we did go to the ER just because after an hour the pain hadn't let up and I couldn't move my hand and I'm right-handed. Once we got to the ER and started getting checked in, the pain got worse and we noticed that my fingers were like, especially my pinky was pretty much bending like backwards, and it was really tight all along there. Well, not this one, all along here. This finger was just like backwards. And so they figured then I started having a lot of absent seizures and some partial seizures. So they were figuring that the hand was probably still seizing, or that it was somehow a part of like those absent and partial seizures. But they had to get Mary in me for some Ativan. I don't really remember a ton of the hospital stay. I remember little snippets of it. But I remember them trying to do the IV in the first one. They didn't get it in the first one, but so he decided to go to a place where he could know he would get it. And it is a very painful spot, and as you can see right here is where he went in with the IV. And it was very painful. And in my post-ictal state, I get very angry when somebody hurts me or touches something that's painful. And I don't remember, but I guess I completely freaked out. And I was like trying to get up, and I kept telling them I wanted to go home. And then, and then I'd stop for a few minutes, and then I might have my hand hurt, and I just cried and cried and cried. I do remember, like, sort of being utterly terrified and having this insane need to get up and get out of bed, but they were putting my IV in. And the nurse was really good. He was really good. He only needed to go twice to get he'd only need to try twice to get my IV in it. And normally we use my right hand because I have better veins in there, but my hand at that point was kind of locked all up tight on my chest, like, and he had no access to that hand, so we had to get it in the left hand to get some of that Ativan in. And, which they finally got it in. They got all my blood work drawn and got it in. And he pushed that Ativan in. I do remember this, like, searing pain going through my hand. Because it's such a tiny needle and it's a thick medication. It does hurt going in. Burned quite a bit. And being that I was already overly sensitive, it really, really hurt. But it was a small dose. It was one milligram of IV Ativan. And it didn't work wonderfully. It got me to the point of where I was no longer screaming and like had me be held down and all that. So it relaxed me at that point, but it still didn't take care of everything. I still was wanting to get out of bed, and my hand was still all tightened up. So then about 5 minutes later, they decided to do a second dose of 1 milligram of Ativan. And, that was kind of the one that did the trick. After a few minutes, I kind of fell asleep. And then when I woke up, my hand could move again, which was wonderful. So now it's pretty much back back to normal. But, this was all at like 3 and 4 in the morning, so I'm really groggy still. And I've made the decision that today is a stay in bed day unless I have someone here with me, which is not going to happen today, until later. But, just kind of thought I'd show you guys a bit about what it's like after a seizure. And the day after, I'm just so tired and so worn out. And I've been asleep since we got home until about 10:30. A little before 10:30 when my boyfriend had to go into work today. So I did get up and try to make some coffee and everything, but I am so unsteady on my feet that it's not even safe for me to go walking around today. So, I just have to stay laid in bed and hope that nothing goes wrong, because I don't have the energy to do any of this. So, this is kind of not exactly a post-ictal state, it's kind of a post-ictal state. This is, next day, how I am, especially following that many seizures. Estimating from, when they started, when we went to bed, we had 3 there, and then, when they were checking me in the ER, they noticed, and Andrew noticed that I was, just absent seizure. I was having absent seizures, like left and right, I was blacking out for up to 10 or 15 seconds, and then I'd come to it and just not realize it happened and keep going on, and but I'd be really increasingly exhausted. So, normally, that should have been a clue to us, because normally after 3 tonic clonic seizures, I'm out. But my post-ictal state last night from those was not similar. So it should have kind of been a trigger for us to realize that this isn't over with. And I haven't had to go to the ER for seizures in months. And I normally wouldn't have gone to the ER for that, except for the fact that I am right-handed, and we were worried that I smashed my hand on our night table pretty good, and we didn't want to risk any permanent damage to the right arm. So, so this is what it's like the next morning after, some pretty severe seizures, and following a couple of doses of Ativan. I know I'm not looking at you guys much, but I honestly can hardly keep my eyes open, but I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a raw idea of what it's like following a seizure. This isn't fun to lay in bed all day when you're like this, I want to be up and doing things. I had stuff to do today, but that all gets pushed aside. Because honestly, if I get up, it's dangerous to me. I can lose consciousness at any moment and not know where I am, and I can wander around and hurt myself. So, this is just what I'm going to be doing today, is sleeping and watching TV, and hopefully be posting a little bit of a Halloween themed video later on in the next week. So keep posted, and just as November comes up, please promote awareness for epilepsy and seizures, because they can ruin a person's life, and they're dangerous, and they're painful, and they're scary. So support those that you know who have epilepsy. November is the month for it, and the epilepsy color is purple. see you guys all next time.